segment for you today. We have got our very own Veronica Green of Veggie, Vero Kids Corner in the house today, showing off some of Kids Cooking segment. She is working really, really hard at the Delray Beach Children's Garden, bringing our children back to nature, teaching them healthy food, amazing books she's working on, hopefully a new cookbook about teaching kids how to be vegan, how to eat healthy, make good food choices, because it all starts when the younger you can start it, the better off we don't get into bad eating habits. So Veronica's here. We've got some cooking. She's going to be making some lettuce wraps. And there you have it. We've got Veronica Green with us of Veggie Vero Kids Corner, which airs every Saturday morning right here on our Kids and Teens television network through the Ant Media Productions platform. Veronica does such a great job at the garden, and I really wish more people knew about the Delray Beach Children's Garden, Veronica.
It's growing. It's definitely growing. We're actually busier now than we've ever been. There's just so much demand for more and more workshops and programs. So actually the cookbook that I have coming out is inspired by one of the programs that we have at the Children's Garden. It's called the Nature Education Cooperative. It's the homeschool program that was created by Christina Nicodemo. She's the director of the garden. And she kind of had this vision for a nature-based homeschool co-op for her kids to be a part of. And she has done an amazing job putting it together. I'm so honored to be a part of it. I'm one of the teachers. I lead the cooking segment. There's also science and math and mindfulness and art. So it's just such a wonderful, enriching program for the kids.
I love following you because when you're going through raising your kids, and if you've got more than one, I don't think as parents we always enjoy the moments like we should. And maybe that's the beauty of being a grandparent, that you enjoy more of those individual moments because we're so busy worrying about the little things, as you know, a dirty diaper, their sippy cup fell. These things that just clearly really don't matter in the bigger picture of enjoying this time and these moments with the kids. So I think as I get older in life and I get to watch what you're doing with these kids, I think, wow, this is so unbelievable that I really hope people take the opportunity to get outside and to enjoy our community and what you are offering there. But the cookbook that you're working on is about inspiring kids to what? Choose right, get involved in the kitchen?
Yeah, both of those. I think, like you mentioned earlier, the younger that you start children eating healthy and developing a palate for healthy foods, the more likely it is to stick with them throughout their lives.
It's true, and making it fun and getting them involved and making the choices.
You got to try to find ways to incorporate it at home, like start your own backyard garden, whatever you can do, even if you just have a balcony, get some potted plants out there, because really when kids are a part of the process of growing, harvesting, and cooking the food with their hands, they're excited to eat it.
And we are back, our in-house band. We got Josh Martin on the guitar, and we are doing some kid cooking in the kitchen with Veggie Vero, Veronica Green in the house. They were making a couple types of lettuce wraps.
No. This is a collard green. This is straight from the garden. I just picked it yesterday.
Look at the
That
size
is so
of that thing.
cool. She picked it and you get to eat it. There's no preservatives, there's no spray on it, it's fresh. Beautiful. I've never had a collard green wrap before.
So if you were home doing this and you wanted to blanch it first, you could, because sometimes people prefer to make it a little bit less tough because it is kind of a tougher leaf. I'm fine eating it raw, but some people like to blanch it. So you would like simmer some water, in a pan and just kind of let it sit in the simmering water.
You steam it?
Seconds, yeah. And then you take it out and it becomes really soft and easy to wrap up. But we're going to do it raw today.
That is so cool.
And does it make it long? Does it stretch out bigger?
No.
Never. What are you doing out here? Never.
And I've never
I'm
had
shocked.
them. And ever had them raw?
Not raw. I mean, I've had it raw once. Yeah, it's pretty popular cooked in dishes. You can cut it up and put it in soups and stir fries and all types of things. But yeah, you can totally eat them raw.
She always inspires me with her
Can
cooking.
I put mayonnaise in it? I'm only kidding.
Listen, you can put whatever you want inside of it, but that's going to make it more or less healthy. So.
I'm only kidding. All right, so what do we do next?
All right, so we're going to make a rainbow lettuce wrap, I like to call it, for the little ones because it's lots of different colors of the rainbow. So we're starting with our green. from the actual collard. We're gonna chop off the kind of stem on the end. We're gonna just make it so that it lies nice and flat. All right, and then we're going to grab a little bit of hummus.
It's like mayonnaise, hummus.
You should definitely substitute hummus for your mayonnaise.
This gives it a lot of flavor, and of course adds a lot of protein as well. 'Cause
Now,
hummus,
did you buy that hummus or did you make that hummus?
I bought this hummus.
You bought it, okay. Because some people make their own hummus.
Yes, you can totally make your own hummus. Like when you're cooking with kids, kids are not eating healthy for health, right? They're eating for taste. If
Yeah.
it's delicious, they're gonna eat it. So slather on the hummus. It's guilt-free. It's organic.
Looking good already.
Okay, so then we're gonna take a little bit of organic sweet corn for our yellow, our rainbow yellow. And you want to actually put it long ways if possible, because we're gonna be rolling it long ways. So of course, when the kids are making this, it can just look like a whole Mod Podge of things, but if you really want to make it where when you cut it, you can see all the different layers, try to do it in rows of color.
This looks good. You like it?
I'm all in. And you love corn.
I love corn.
Take a little bit of red pepper.
What do you think of corn as a vegetable for kids?
If you're going to use corn, make sure it's organic, because corn is a crop that is heavily sprayed.
That's why I'm asking why you chose the organic corn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't use corn with every meal, but when I'm trying to do the whole rainbow thing,
Use the yellow.
I use the corn for the yellow. But yeah, definitely organic.
So if I bring a corn stalk, like I go to the supermarket and you're standing there, you're taking the
You're shucking it?
yeah, and you bring it home, is that better than organic or no?
A corn stalk.
Yeah.
The stalk of corn can be organic. They're going to have it in two separate sections.
Gotcha.
So you'll have organic corn stalks that have been grown in fields that were not sprayed, and then you'll have the non-organic ones. Okay, so I just sliced up some red pepper. Now you want to slice it very thin. I don't know if you can see on the camera, I made very thin little slices, just like that, and put them right alongside the corn. Then I'm going to move on to carrots. And actually, if you have organic shredded carrots, that would be probably best for this, especially for little ones, because carrots, when they're raw, can be a little tough to chop. But I didn't have that, so we're just going to use a regular carrot. And I'm going
She makes it so
cut
simple.
each slice
Just more hands.
in half, so they're kind of narrow and thin, like how
Try
shredded
with your
carrots
big
might be.
finger.
And just put them right up alongside
Happy
the
birthday.
red
It's hard.
peppers.
See how easy?
You don't want to overdo it with a wrap like this, because if you have like big chunky pieces of veggies inside, when you wrap it up, they can poke through and kind of just turn into a big mess. So we have our green, we have our yellow, our red, our orange, and we're gonna do purple now. I have some purple cabbage, really called red cabbage, but it's purple. Kids love this stuff. There's not too many purple foods, so it's fun. And this I'm just gonna chop into little bitty pieces and sprinkle it on.
What a great idea this is.
Thank you. It's very simple. And one thing that I've always disliked about recipe books is that I don't like feeling like I need to have all of the ingredients on hand, because I don't usually have every ingredient that every recipe calls for. So with my very simple recipe book that I'm creating, I'm going to really try to incorporate a lot of substitute options, where it's like, okay, well, if you don't have yellow corn, you can maybe use mango or pineapple. Do a little pop of fruit in there if you're looking for that yellow and you don't have to run to the store and go buy corn. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
Lots of substitutes, because there's no wrong way. I mean, food is like art, so you can substitute a lot. Now, I also brought cucumber, which is not totally necessary because we already have green, but I'll go ahead and do it anyways because I brought it.
Do you know, I never had a cucumber in my life until recently. And now that I go to restaurants, Seriously. I never had it.
I know.
And they did it here, and I ate it. Now when I go to restaurants, I have cucumbers on my salad.
Okay, so if you can see, I don't want to really pick it up because I don't want it to spill, but oh yeah, you can see it. It's
That
a
is so
beautiful
cool.
Rainbow wrap. So then you just roll it up, and if you are making this as like an appetizer for people, if you had like guests coming over, what you could do is use a little toothpick,
They're coming out to try it already, Veronica.
a little toothpick to hold it closed. And then you really want that first bite to be full of goodness. So what I like to do is just take a little kitchen scissor and shoop, chop that off, because that first end just has mostly all collard and no veggies. So I just chop off the little ends, and there you have it.
That is
The hummus
beautiful.
is kind of like a little paste. It holds it together.
The kids must love this.
They love it. They love it. It's so fun. And I
And-
mean, what kid wouldn't be excited to eat this? It's like a little. It looks like a little egg roll or something. It looks fun to eat.
You know, and it's healthy, and I love that you can substitute. I know Slick's all over the pineapple. If you want a little bit of sweetness, you could put some pineapple in it. And
can cut
for
it in
red,
half.
you could add a piece of apple in, or red apple, or green
Yeah,
apple.
or
You could
tomato, whatever you have.
put tomato in. You can, as long as you lay out the choices that they're all healthy choices and they're all different colors, and you let the kids create their own rainbow of what they like.
Very impressive.
It's a win-win.
It's a very healthy. This is right up your alley.
Okay.
There you go, Brie.
Would anyone like to eat it?
Go ahead. She's trying to go
Wash
in
my
more
hands before I
healthy.
made it, I promise.
You too? You're eating more healthy too? All right, Brie, do a taste test for us. Are we on autopilot or we got Haley over there? Okay. Yes.
How is it? Put the camera on her face.
Go right in the camera. There you go.
How is that?
It's good. It's really good.
It can get a little messy to eat, but it's yummy.
Kid tested, producer approved.
I gotta tell you, I like the aspect that
Yeah,
you can
very
change.
simple,
Like I
simple
can't eat
ingredients.
peppers; I'm allergic, but I can put apples in it. Right? We could
There
put
you go.
Yep.
You see?
cauliflower.
That only took a
I
few
may
minutes,
cook
too.
some of the stuff. I don't like raw. carrots.
Okay, so I'm gonna also do an Asian style kind of teriyaki wrap.
Steamed. And,
You're welcome.
okay, look
Okay,
at
so
military.
let me move
Military, you
this
like that?
stuff out of my way.
Tell me what you think.
Yeah?
Yes.
Wow. What is that?
These are ingredients for the teriyaki.
I can't get over the size of the leaves she has.
That you grow your own. You know, I
Yeah.
kill everything, but
So
the fact
this
that you
is-
grow this,
This is romaine, just regular old romaine lettuce.
wow.
Okay, now you're talking my speed.
Okay, so we're gonna start with a little mixing bowl. Put this to the side. I'm gonna use mushroom. This is organic
How was it?
Bella mushrooms. Yes. So we're gonna chop that up. Now, normally for this teriyaki lettuce wrap, I would actually use tofu. But since we didn't, I was trying to really keep it raw and not need to use like a hot plate or do any actual stovetop cooking, I decided to replace the tofu with mushrooms and chickpeas because it's going to give you that nice texture.
Nice.
So you can see I just chopped up all the mushrooms into little bits. I'm going to put them into the mixing bowl here. I'm going to just use one mushroom. And then I have some chickpeas, garbanzo beans, to add lots of protein and nutrients.
I love that you make it so easy.
Yeah, well, cooking should be easy and fun. Like,
I
it really
kinda
doesn't
like
have
it.
to be so complicated. People really get intimidated if they didn't grow up, cooking. It's especially if you're looking to change your diet and go plant-based. It seems like a big undertaking, but it doesn't have to be so complicated. Okay, so next so I just put my organic chickpeas and mushrooms into a bowl. I'm going to add some organic teriyaki sauce. This is a no soy teriyaki. Just gonna add some in. And I'm gonna use a fork to just mash it up.
Now you said that you would use tofu in place of the mushrooms?
I would use mushroom and tofu together.
Together,
but I'm
okay.
actually replacing the tofu with the chickpeas.
Gotcha.
So you want to mash it up until it's just looks like a yummy filling. You'll see. I mean, you can kind of gauge how lumpy or mushy you want it, but that looks about good. And then I'm gonna add sunflower seeds. This is gonna give it a little bit of
Amazing.
crunch.
Sunflower seeds.
So for an Asian kind of a dish, especially like pad thais and stuff like that, a lot of times people will use peanuts, which I love, but not everybody can eat peanuts.
Right.
We have a lot of allergies at the garden, so we tend to be a nut-free facility. So sunflower seeds work really great. Do a little bit of salt, pepper, and then I brought a green onion with me. This is actually an organic green onion that I bought at Whole Foods. And when you buy these, you see that they actually come with these little roots still attached. This is how they sell it, like a whole bundle of them. You can replant this and it'll just continue to grow. You just pop it in some soil and put it near a window and it will grow and grow for quite a while. Like all summer you'll have fresh green onions.
Wow.
So,
Sure.
I'm thinking we should plant a garden outside. And we could have lunch.
You may want
so I'm using my
to
scissors
have
to
onions.
create little scallions.
So we plant something else besides onions.
No, because I had them in my house in New York. The lady before me did.
Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to add to the mixture
Cut the
is
animals out. Let's put
red-
the animals in.
red bell pepper. And for this one, you want everything to be like miniature, little small cuts.
I'm just amazed at how simple you make this. And it's not just for kids. This is great for a family dinner.
Anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody. So, you know, when you're making, my kids were growing up, I would make 3 dinners until the doctor said, that's ridiculous, stop. You make one dinner, they either
Yes.
eat it or they don't. You put it on the table and they choose what you have made for dinner.
Right. Yes, 3 dinners is ridiculous. I have to agree. Okay, you see the filling. So that's it. Then you just add it to your lettuce leaf, and enjoy.
You like teriyaki?
I love teriyaki.
You want to try this one, Freddie?
I can't because of the
The peppers?
peppers.
The bell pepper you can't eat?
I can't eat peppers. I will start sneezing uncontrollably.
Okay.
It's like the bread.
Bree's here.
You wanted to go help
How
her,
do you
too.
feel now that you grab a mic that you've gone different food choices?
I feel good. Like I feel I have more energy in the morning. I've been trying to less chips, more fruit. Like for lunch, I have like a banana, blueberries, kiwi, strawberries. But I make enough so it can last me.
You ever have wraps?
No, I've never had these type of wraps. That's why I was like really like.
This is really simple though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I might like
So just
Start
like
doing
the,
these.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
you.
no.
Keep
go ahead.
going.
Just like the other one, I'm cutting off the ends so that you can get that really good first bite. And I closed it with a toothpick.
You want to do each other something?
Here we go. Anybody want it?
Yeah, I'm here.
We are here.
I took both of those. I can use it like.
I love that. How many recipes are you going to have in your cookbook, Veronica?
I'm not sure. It's still in the beginning phases, and I'm like trying to decide if I want to give away all my secrets in one book or if I want to spread it out.
I
But-
would spread it out.
Yeah, but I also have a children's book series already that is an ongoing series. So I kind of feel like maybe this should just be a one and done thing, or maybe part 1 and part 2. I'm not going to do 10 recipe books. It's either 1 or 2. Because I have the Veggie Vero books. That's like up to number 7.
Is this going to be a Veggie Vero cookbook, or this is a Veronica Green?
It is a Veggie Vero cookbook. Cooking with Veggie Vero is, I think, what it's going to be called. So it's going to be easy plant-based recipes that kids can make at home with very minimal assistance. And Veggie Vero will be illustrated on the pages, like giving fun facts about the nutritional facts about the food. And all the food will actually be illustrated rather than, photographs. So it's very kid-friendly and engaging.
I love that. Why did they leave without trying it on camera? They just took the food and left. You guys, I need to know how it tastes.
Where are they?
They confiscated the food and left. What are you looking for? A knife?
Oh, to cut it?
She
Okay.
has a scissor
Yeah.
over there.
So this one is going to be maybe not such a clean cut because of the romaine, but let's...
That's okay. They're not going to eat it cleanly anyway. How was that, Military? How was the first one?
It was good.
It was good? Military likes that.
He was cutting it, but he left.
She has no patience.
You're welcome.
I don't.
All right, tell us how you like this one.
You want to get in the camera so we can see it? Go stand next to Veronica. Stand next to Veronica, yes.
Come on in. Come on in.
I don't want to spill anything on you.
It's okay.
Yeah, taste it.
And survey says,
That's really good.
Which one you like better, the first or the second one?
totally different.
It is different. This can be cooked too. Like if you wanted to
I like both.
more of a hot wrap, you can cook it.
What do you
cook
think,
the
Slick?
mixture.
I like this one.
I like this one.
I was just telling her I got this stuff around, so
You can make this at home.
instead of calling
Yeah.
Instead
it's
of
simple
calling
ingredients,
DoorDash
don't
and
worry.
spending $60, we can make this at home.
Spending my $60.
I love that it's going to be what do you think? You like it, Brie?
Oh, I loved it.
It's so different to be able to do this with your kids and to make one healthy dinner. I love this whole idea. I feel like that grandparents can start doing this with their grandchildren and not always a piece of chocolate cake or ice cream, and they learn different ideas. Imagine you doing this.
I could see Rowan doing this. Rowan would really be into it. I don't know, I think Joey's still too young. But I can see Rowan definitely getting into this.
I mean, they can make a fruit salad like the rainbow. You put out different choices. They make their parfaits. They can have a rainbow parfait with different colored fruits. There's so many great ideas that you can do with kids that can make it fun, but yet it's nutritious. And I love the sunflower seeds for crunch.
Yes. Yeah, I'm big into texture with food. I like to make sure that the texture is right. I feel like I sound like a real chef now talking like I'm into texture, but I'm not a chef. Like I don't consider myself a professional chef. I just have found this niche at the garden. The kids just really love getting their hands involved in the cooking process, and I see how much they're enjoying it. And these parents are asking me every week. I get messages from parents who want to be reminded of a certain recipe that we made last week or 2 weeks ago. So it just came to me that, there's a real demand for this. So maybe I should put all of these into a book. And that's just kind of how it happened.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a Veggie Vero cookbook, so why not? I see kids follow you all over social media. Like Veggie Vero is their superhero, and they dress up in costumes as Veggie Vero.
Did you see that one?
Yes.
Recently, we had a collaboration at the garden. We did a collab with the library, the Delray Beach Library. And they had a book parade where children went to the library dressed as their favorite storybook characters, and then they paraded over to the garden because it's only a couple blocks down. One of the little kids that came was dressed as Veggie Vero. Oh my gosh!
How did that
started
make you
crying.
feel, though?
It was unbelievable. I mean, she had to the T. She had the little yellow headband, the overalls, the V-shirt, and the cape. I mean, she had it all. Her costume was better than mine. I have a Veggie Vero costume. It's not as cute as hers. It was so sweet.
That's amazing.
It's
You
surreal.
saw
It's
it?
awesome.
You should have taken a picture of it.
I saw it on social media. Veronica posted pictures, and I'm thinking, when we do what we do is trying to inspire children or people to find their voice and to get comfortable with new ideas and to really be who they are. And you started Veggie Vero as an idea, as a concept, and you started writing books, and you're at the Delray Beach Children's Garden. But to know that you're making a difference. And this is how they express that this is their superhero, has to just fill your heart with so much pride that your message has gotten through to the kids.
Yeah, it definitely does. It makes me so happy. And to see that whole evolution of Veggie Vero is really amazing. I never imagined that it would grow into what it has grown into and that so many people would embrace it.
It's so amazing. How do people get your books?
My books are all on veggievero.com. So that's the word veggie and then VERO.com. They're also on Amazon.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. This was fun.
So much fun. Tune in every Saturday at 9 a.m. on our kids television network. More with Veggie Vero. There's a new episode, a new story time, sometimes a craft, sometimes just walking around the garden, and it always goes with the story. And it's all a feel-good show. Everything you'd want your kids to do, from learning about butterflies to ladybugs to meditation and just being still. So we're going to head out to commercial break.
Yes, we're going to go to commercial break.
More to come with Veggie Vero, our in-house band. We got the crew in studio. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you on the other side.